This isn't the end. Another dream is waiting to begin.
Hey guys, D2D Nyx is upon us in DFFOO Global, and I wanted to start off with Stage 7 of the series because typically the hardest stage of D2D is the final stage, and I think it's probably a good idea to start off with the hardest stage and sort of do the other stages later on. And apologies also for swapping out the audio for background music. I sort of messed up the audio while I did the recording and didn't get the audio captured. Anyway, coming to this stage is pretty challenging overall. Personally, I kind of hope that this is the standard for all Shinryu stages, and it's really a shame that we only get this kind of stage right when we get end of service. But at least I guess we get to at least experience more challenging content rather than never. First off, this boss is pretty tanky. The boss has 655 million HP, which may not sound too bad. However, when it drops below 10% health, it will heal itself for 40% of its health, effectively making this fight roughly 920 million HP you have to chunk through overall. Not only that, there are multiple HP triggers throughout. For one thing, the boss will repeatedly cleanse debuffs on itself throughout the fight. The boss will also apply silver framed wall buffs on itself, as you can see here. The buffs actually doesn't really matter too much. The potencies are so low that for the most part they are negligible if you bring a fairly well built party. But the debuff cleansing can be pretty annoying overall. Also, 2 times throughout the fight, the boss will get a blue aura. When the blue aura is up, all your brave damage will be reduced to 1 effectively until you do a critical hit. So that was the reason why I used the Cait Sith LD call, so that eventually when the boss gets a blue aura, any of my attacks will still land a crit and dispel the blue aura accordingly. Finally, in phase 2, which is after the boss heals itself, when the boss HP drops below 30% and 10% again, the boss will use an attack that brings everyone HP down to 1%. The HP damage cannot be mitigated by usual means as well, so you do need to find a way to heal yourself back up, otherwise you will fail the HP requirement on this stage. Personally, I think if you have Kadaj, this is the D2D stage that you should lock Kadaj in. Kadaj works extremely well here. Obviously, he is specialized as a single target DPS, so he already fits the theme of this stage fairly well. But all of Kadaj debuffs are also gold framed after you use his EX, which means that Safer Sephiroth cannot dispel Kadaj's debuffs. On top of that, Kadaj EX actually can dispel the wall buffs from Safer Sephiroth, as I've just did. So Kadaj actually fulfills a lot of not only damage but also quite a lot of utility in this fight. Now to round off the party, there's 2 other characters that I used. Firstly, I brought Ignis, and Ignis is there as main BT user. For my first time, I used Kadaj FR because everyone in this party is actually melee. So it is very easy to build a force cage bonus in Kadaj force time. Now I use Ignis BT Mode as the main BT really for a few reasons. Firstly, Ignis can manipulate turns with his EX inside the BT mode, so it helps to set up post BT mode. Secondly, Ignis EX actually does a lot of damage, especially since you get his follow-up attack plus you get Kadaj's follow-up attack as well. The team here has the U4 passive equipped, so there is actually a low chance that Ignis recharges his EX inside his BT mode. Unfortunately for this run, I got pretty unlucky and I only managed to use 2 EX. The more EX you get to use in his BT mode, the more damage you will actually do. But I think at least this is a good example that even with pretty bad RNG on the EX U4 recharge, you can still get enough damage to get this fight done. The BT mode really is also there to try to chunk through as much HP as possible, but importantly to help you bring your force gauge bonus to 999% so that you can quickly burn through phase 1 by the end of the first force time. So coming out of Ignis BT mode, here I'm using the rest of the force time to bring the boss to phase 2, and you just need to bring the boss below 10% HP to trigger phase 2. Phase 2 starts when the boss heals itself for 40% HP, and just for reference, you cannot skip the healing. The boss cannot be killed until it heals itself. Now coming to 9, she does have both her FRs unused. What I did is I used one of her FR as echoes because it does actually pretty good chunk of damage single target, but I'm actually saving the second FR for force time number 2. Besides 9, another good character that you can use is actually Noctis. For one thing, if you use Noctis and his BT+, then you obviously get a much stronger follow-up attack during Ignis BT mode. And also obviously with Noctis, it's probably going to be like a 5-turn run or something due to warp step buff, as opposed to this run which is 12 turns overall. But you know, this is there to defy, and if I can get it done with 9, I'd rather get it done with 9 and save Noctis for another stage. If you prefer to use Noctis though, Noctis can actually hit force weakness as well. So you know, potentially what you can do with Noctis is allow the boss to enter force time at the start and use Noctis FR to cancel the boss out of force time. This way you have a lot more leeway to charge up the force gauge for your second force time. So at 1 turn of force time remaining, as usual, pop summon mode here to get some extra bonus damage in. But the other reason is you also want to obviously freeze the boss's force gauge. This party has no way to hit force weakness, and if Sith Sephiroth enters force time, Sith Sephiroth can no longer be killed. So essentially, boss entering force time here is a game over. But this is where the rest of summon mode comes in, so here I'm just using Ignis to charge up the FR. Now between quick recipe and regroup actually charges the FR a bit more, but because I have the U4 passive equipped, he only starts the battle with 4 uses of regroup. And I actually wanted to save at least 1 in case I need to use Ignis to heal at the end of the fight. My recommendation is to save 1 regroup so that you can at least heal off the damage that you will take when the boss hits below 10%. In this party and strategy that I'm using, beyond the force gauge charging here, there's two ways that you can heal off damage at the end depending on which turn it is. So if you land on Kadaj's turn when the boss is below 10%, you can use the Lunafreya base call to heal yourself to full. Or if you land on Ignis turn when the boss is below 10% HP, then you can use the regroup to heal yourself to full. If you are unlucky and you land on 9's turn and the boss is below 10% HP, just do like a brave attack or something to hopefully pass the turn without killing the boss, and this way you can heal yourself back to full either with Kadaj or Ignis. So I've hit 100% here, just pass the turn to 9 so that you can enter force time again. Nine's force conditional actually isn't too bad for this fight, plus anyway you start at 500%, so you'll get done before the second force time comes close to ending. There's a lot of leeway here, so don't worry too much about it. The one thing to note for this part of the fight is that both Kadaj and Ignis is running very low on BT aura, but this is where 9 comes in, so here I go another round to get to 9's turn again, and this is just nice because Kadaj and Ignis will have 1 turn of BT aura remaining. I've just been smacked with Heartless Angel. Heartless Angel is Sephiroth's signature move. It cannot kill you even if you are at 2 HP or something. The lowest it can bring you is 1% HP, so you don't have to bother healing this one because there is one more Heartless Angel coming at 10% HP. So just leave your HP where it is. Okay, so I'm finally back at 9's turn here. Both Kadaj and Ignis have 1 turn of BT aura remaining. What I did here is just spam LD with 9. 9's LD is instant turn move, plus it doesn't also increase the turn count, so it's a bonus here. I'm just trying to bring the boss below 10% HP so that I will trigger the next Heartless Angel, so that either Kadaj or Ignis can heal off the damage that I've taken. You must be very careful not to kill the boss until you've healed yourself, otherwise you will fail the HP requirement. So boss is below 9%, and I was worried that 9's EX will kill the boss here potentially, so rather than using EX I just use HP attack with 9. Heal yourself with Lunafreya here. If you want to, you can also use the ultimate crystal attack. I choose not to, don't really need it, but that's I guess an extra buffer if you need the damage. But anyway, here is just a home run to finish off the last 9% or so HP with your team. And Kadaj can do it all by himself at 900%. That's it for this fight. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next Dare to Defy Nyx quest. Bye!
May the light forever shine upon us.